Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I'll just briefly be talking about one of the chapters in my book, Behavioral Agnosia. So in one of the chapters, I talk about an introduction into applied behavior analysis and basically showing the reader the history of behaviorism and what it's all about. One of the most groundbreaking and famous studies that was done in the field of behaviorism right in the early days was the Pavlov's dog experiment. In that, Pavlov managed to train his canine to drool at the sound of a bell, and he done that by repeatedly presenting the bell with the food the dog already drooled at, presented the bell with the food, and after a while, many trials, the dog would just drool at the sound of the bell. And that was groundbreaking because it showed that organisms can associate things with other things that it originally had nothing to do with. That's why we all might react differently to the same object or the same event or the same person. One common example is any of you drivers out there, if you're driving down the motorway and one of these lights pop up, even if it's it could be something benign, it will freak you out because we have associated these lights and with the potential of the car being damaged or broken. And one way we can associate things, unlike the dog, humans, we can associate things to other things simply by word of mouth, i.e. someone tells us, if this happens, this will happen to you. And that's all we need for us to associate this normal thing with a bad thing, or this normal thing with a good thing. But this man thought, let's take that concept a little bit further. And his idea was that, hey, you can be conditioned to respond to things that are associated with things, but you can also be conditioned to operate in certain ways in your environment. And one of the ways that he does that, or the couple of ways, one of them is in reinforcement, and that is anything that increases the future occurrence of that behavior. So being rewarded increases the future likelihood you're going to behave again. Being paid will increase the future likelihood you're going to turn up to work. Also, punishment is a thing that will decrease the future occurrence of a behavior. So you leaving your car on a double yellow line and you get a ticket, you're going to know not to park your car there without looking first. Well, you shouldn't park your car there anyway, but we're still going to do that. We're still going to take chances. And here's an example where B.F. Skinner put those concepts together. He trained rats to pull levers down at the right time. So the rat will wait for the cue. If it's a green light, pulls the lever down, it will get some food. If it's a red light, pulls the lever down, it'll get a punishment, which is electric shock. So he could train animals or conditioned animals to behave or operate given certain cues from the environment. Now, as humans, imagine you've gone through your lifetime of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of different interactions, micro interactions like that in your day, and they all build together to guide who you are and who your personality is and how you behave in certain environments and certain situations. Make sure to buy my book now.